Welcome to blog number 2. This one is all about the strategies for a successful transition to university, now that I've probably frightened you with my first video about welcome to the roller coaster. But firstly, I want to start with what it means to be a good student. So being a good student encompasses a lot of different things. Mostly it means approaching university in a holistic way, which means taking into account all of the different elements of university life, your study and academic skills, your mental health and physical well-being, and your social connections and relationships, and your family life and work responsibilities. A good student recognizes that their studies are just one part of a much more complicated life, but there are definitely some tips and techniques to help this part of your life get off on the right foot. Number 1, get to know the campus. In case you haven't realized it yet, Flinders is huge. There's the Bedford Park campus, Sturt campus, Tonsley, there's Victoria Square, plus there's our campuses in the NT. If you're here on Central Campus, I recommend maybe going for a walk around the lake. There's the north side and the south side. Go into the library, see that there are more than one level. There actually are books that live upstairs. Also figure out where health and counselling are, which is in the Student Services building, which is also where we at Ungarendi are located. And of course, figure out car parking. Because if you do park your car on campus, chances are you're going to have to walk from Siberia at the top of the hill, or maybe from the Oval at the bottom of the hill. And it's good to get an idea of how long it's going to take you to get from point A to point B. Because when you've only got 10 minutes between classes, it's really good to know the best routes around. I have a video introducing you to the Ungarendi staff and a little bit about where you can find us on campus. So if you want a link to that, it's just here. Number 2, get organised. So once you've found your way around campus, it's a really good idea to get yourself organized. Now, I'm going to have a whole blog about time management and organization strategies. But for now, I'm just going to take you through the most important bits. So first of all, I want you to start off by getting yourself one of these. It's the 2019 Flinders academic calendar. It's got a whole bunch of really important dates on there. Things like when you can withdraw from your topics, when the census date is. It's also got, of course, all of this, the week by week breakdown of when you actually have classes and when you don't. It's a really good idea to get one of these because it's good to be able to see the big picture of the whole semester. If you can see your assignments coming up in the distance, you will make sure that you get started on them early rather than when you open your diary to a new week and suddenly you're like, oh, I've got 3 assignments due. If only I had looked at this a week before. But also figure out what other strategies are good for you to use. I really love using my Outlook calendar on my computer, but I know there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned diary. But I do really recommend that you have both that kind of day-to-day view in a weekly diary as well as a whole semester view. You want to be able to see the nitty-gritty details as well as the big picture so that nothing comes and surprises you. Plus, the semester is going to fluctuate. There are going to be weeks that are much busier and much quieter than others. So for example, weeks 6 to 8, they're going to be a little bit busier because you'll probably have a lot of assignments due in those weeks. So having just a weekly calendar may not always give you a really true perspective of what your week is actually going to look like. So you can pick up one of these semester planners from FUSA, from various stalls at O Week. You can also get them from the library, and we have some in our office as well. The next step is for you to jump online and download your topic guidebook. Now I've got a blog coming about how to navigate flow, and so if you need some help with that, head on over there. But for now, again, another few key things to look out for. Firstly, what are your core readings? Do you need to buy any textbooks or topic readers? Are your textbooks in the library? You might want to hold off for your first week of classes and ask your tutor if it's compulsory to buy these textbooks because they can be really expensive. And if you only need 1 or 2 chapters, it might be a better idea just to borrow them from the library. Plus, often your lecturer might post copies on Flow or make the chapters available to download. If you do need to buy your textbooks, have a look at online forums for second-hand books before you head to the co-op. These are often posted in places like Overheard at Flinders or on some of the notice boards around campus. And next, have a look through Flow and your topic guidebook to see what the semester breakdown looks like. You may find this written up as a table in the topic guidebook, or the topic's Flow page might be divided up by weeks. This will help you get an overlay of what your average week will look like. And then I want you to take that and put it into your diary and your semester planner. Number 3, be prepared. One of the most important expectations that your lecturers and tutors will have of you is that you come to class prepared. But this means more than simply doing the readings or things that are expected of you before class. And by the way, I also have a blog on academic expectations, so make sure you check that out. If you've got yourself a planner or a diary, you're already well on your way to being prepared. But the next step is to use these in a useful way. And I know that sounds obvious, but how many times do we have a plan to be prepared that we never really finish following through on? Your lecturers and your tutors will expect you to come prepared for class, and this means having completed any readings that they've set for you. Marking them in your planner means that you won't forget, and you'll know how much time to set aside for yourself to get things done. So this next step means going back through your flow or topic page and guidebook, getting out your planner and marking when those readings and assignments are due. Think about when you'd like to start your assignments, how long you think they're going to take you, and make a small note to remind yourself when to begin preparing for each assignment. And as you do your first readings, time yourself. Get a really good idea of how long it realistically takes you to read an academic paper or a chapter. Often, your readings will take a lot longer than you expect them to. It's just human nature to underestimate time. Number 4, ask questions. Another expectation that your lecturers and tutors will have of you is that you become an independent learner. But what I want to emphasize to you is that being an independent learner doesn't mean that you are alone. University can be very overwhelming. There's often lots and lots of information being thrown at you about a huge range of things, and you'll probably feel like it's very hard to keep up with it all. While you might not get as much face-to-face time with your lecturers and your tutors as you were used to in something like high school or in previous workplaces, there are plenty of opportunities for you to ask questions and get support if you need it. Your lecturers and tutors do probably have hundreds of students though, and so they might not notice if you're beginning to fall behind or if you're struggling. The important thing for you to do is to speak up. Let them know if you're struggling with content, let them know if you need an extension, let them know if you're just not keeping up, okay? Many of them will help you if you ask for support. There's plenty of other support available to you as well. If you feel like you're not getting the support you need from your lecturer or your tutorer, of course you can come and see us at Ungarendi. Your ISSOs can help to advocate on your behalf. I can help you with your academic needs, and Heath can help you if you're finding the emotional or anxiety of completing your assignments to be really difficult to manage. The other thing is that there is additional academic support available in the Student Learning Centre or advocacy through FUSA. And don't forget that you can ask your peers. These are the people who are going through all of the same things that you are, and they might have some insights that will really help you. If you have a question, chances are there's somebody else in the room who's wondering the same thing. Only nobody ever speaks up because they just assume that everybody else knows what's going on and they don't want to look like an idiot. Trust me, your tutors want to know if something isn't clear, so never be afraid to speak up and communicate that with them or with us. Number 5, show up and be engaged. Being successful at university means treating it like a job and recognizing that the more engaged you are with it, the more you'll get out of it. Your timetable might only show something like 15 contact hours, but this doesn't mean that your time at university is limited to 15 hours of work. Sorry. If you really want to succeed at university, you have to treat coming here like a job. Come to all of your classes, go to your lectures rather than watching them online. You'll get more out of being in the room. And study in the common room or the library between classes. Not only will you gain the proven benefits of studying in an active learning environment, but you'll also create a separation between your work life, your study life, and your home life. Coming to uni also means that you're far more likely to make connections with people and create really important social support systems for yourself. So get involved in the university clubs, come to the free lunches on campus, go for walks around the lake, hang out in the TAV. This is really important for helping you to feel connected to this place, and then you'll have an overall more positive experience. But I know that this isn't possible for everybody. You might have part-time or full-time work, family commitments and responsibilities, or you might live far away from campus or study remotely, but you can still stay engaged. Make sure you jump on Flow, be involved in those online discussions, participate in Ungarendi and Overheard at Flinders Facebook pages, and of course, subscribe to this blog. Number 6, enjoy yourself. This last one might seem a little bit unimportant compared to the others, but it's not. Enjoy yourself. Like, seriously, you've committed to this university for probably 3 or 4 years, give or take. And that's a long time. University is going to be a huge part of your life. Uni gets hard. The content is hard. Staying on top of due dates is hard. Being consistent and responsible is hard. Making new friends is hard. And sometimes staying positive can be hardest of all. And if you're feeling like this, take some time to reflect on what brought you here in the first place. What is it about your topic that you really love? And what are your goals for when you finish university? What is it that just drives your passion? If you love what you study, it becomes far less like work, even when it's hard. It's also important to take time for yourself, have breaks, go to social events, spend time with your friends and family, go to the gym if that's what you're into. So those are my 6 strategies for a smooth transition to uni. Well, a smoother transition to uni. Make sure you catch the rest of the orientation series and subscribe to the blog for some more tips and tricks from me, the study skills advisor.